6:20 and all of a sudden 7 o'clock, and it's just like, you know, someone's gone taking the air out of them. So you want to be careful about doing that too early. I think that's got to happen closer to kickoff. Think about the occasion or the game at hand. You know, and again, this is where you got to evaluate, you know, sometimes the event itself is motivational. When we play away games against big teams, you know, usually we're expecting a good effort. You know, playing away at UCLA or playing away at a Creighton, I mean, that are top 20 teams and good locations and stadiums. You know, the event itself can be motivational to your team. And I think this is a good one. Dean does a good job of this. He looks for real-life, real-world examples to relate the situation at hand to your team. You know, depending on where you're at, you've had a good result, a bad week of training, this and that. There's always good examples in the world of sports that you can relate to your team. And hey, this year our guys were like absolutely fired up about fantasy football. Absolutely. I mean, they're just, you know, I mean, geez, just talk about it. How'd your player do? How did this player do? How did this player do? You know, before the Cal game, away, we, you know, we're at the warm-up, and it was a big game for us. It was a big game because we just had not a good result against Stanford, but I was over there jogging and stretching with them, and, you know, it was an important day for us, you know, and I said, God, I want you to be as excited about, I want you to be excited about fantasy football as or this game as you are about fantasy football. I want Cochran talking about this player did well and this player did well rather than this quarterback threw this, you know, and it kind of got a laugh out of him, you know, but it was important because it was something that you could relate. I mean, they really were into fantasy football, and our guys were really locked onto that, and if you can relate that real-world example to, hey, let's get as excited about that, about what we're about to do here as you do that, I mean, I think it, you know, it helped. We played quite well in the first half, but, you know, there's a lot of examples in sports pages, and if you just watch current events, that you can relate to your team that sometimes can help them get a hold on what's in front of them for the day. This is what Coach said yesterday, and again, this is one of the most important things you got to take away, especially as you get older. There's a huge responsibility on your players to get themselves going, and you really have to impress that upon them. Even with my youth teams, I say, hey, you got to get yourself ready to play too. It's not. I'm not driving the car all the time. I was telling my little players, you actually get to drive here, even though you're 11, you get to drive. You got to get your car going in the right direction. You know, it's not. You don't have to sit there as a pastor going, oh, tell me what I need to hear today, coach. I mean, it's just at some point, hey, they've got to have some motivation and internal drive themselves. So, but it's up to you to set the stage for certain. You know. That third statement is important. No one but the individual has the ability to affect their thoughts and feelings as powerful as they can. Because, you know, you know what you're feeling, how you're feeling, what you're thinking as an individual, and you ultimately have the most control over that. And these last two things are kind of Jimmy's. Jimmy Gabriel, who's our volunteer assistant. He was there yesterday, but I really have learned a lot from him. And, you know, his big thing is when you step across the line onto the field, you have to play with a measure of anger. Which is why when we think back to the funnel, the first thing we said, I mean, it all comes down to a small opening where your intensity and your focus is increasing. Because when you step across that line, it is a war. That team's trying to do your team. That player's trying to be taking advantage of your player. You know, obviously within the rules of the game, but it is a competitive arena that we're putting our teams out in there. If we don't have, if we walk off or walk on the field as a passive, you know, I wonder what's going to happen today, sort of mentality, and you run against a team that's saying, telling you what's going to happen, here's what we're going to do to you, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle that day. And Jimmy's big thing is you have to change. If you're a soft, quiet person off the field, when you step on the field, you got to become something different. And oftentimes that comes with a measure of anger. You know, I always like players that have too much anger, because you can always kind of channel that in the right areas. But the ones that don't have enough competitiveness and all that, it's difficult to give it to them. You know, there's the million-dollar question. How do you give it to them? I don't know. If anyone has the answer, let me know. But it's important to keep that in mind. And, you know, the combination of a warrior and an artist, that's Jimmy's thing. He would also tell you that 11 warriors will always beat 11 artists. That's what I'll tell you. If you're going to have one or the other, pick 11 warriors. But what we're looking for is, you know, a combination. Someone who can be competitive, but also do it with skill. And that's the trick. Questions?